I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleburne, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleburne, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they've got you covered.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323.
So much. Thank you. Bye.
Delicious homemade cobbler. Look no further than Leach Brothers, located at 1106 East Henderson, Cleburne, Texas. Leach Brothers has been family owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Jobfather Nation. We are so excited to be with you today. We've got some big things going on. This is sure to be one of our best shows yet. Before we get started, I would like to remind everybody that Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 365 on the TuneIn Joco Radio Network. Listen or watch simply by going into tuneinjoco.com. That's tuneinjoco.com. Now, you can go download the app either via our iOS, Apple Store, or you can go to the Android store, and you will be able to not only listen to the Jobfather that way, but many other radio shows the Joco Community Radio Station has going on right now. Check out our lineup, okay, at jococommunityradio.com. Now, just so everybody knows, this episode and more is brought to you by Patriot Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep, Nona Reed, at 844-TEX-HAIL. That's 844-TEX-HAIL. And even more important, you could jump on to Facebook and like Joco Community Radio. That will help the Jobfather to continue to reach more and more audiences, helping more and more people going through either career or job transitions. We are so excited. Before we get started, and I turn this over to Foster, let's bow our head for a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for the privilege to be here today, and we thank you for our guests. We are so excited, Lord. Please take the wheel. We're honored to be here. In your name we pray, Jesus. Amen. So, Foster.
All right.
The Father himself, tell us a little more what we have going on.
You know, today I'm really excited because we're going to talk. We're going to tell a story today. I've got Grace, I've got Karen, and I've got Michelle. And whoa, guys, this will be a wonderful story to tell you guys about how God will orchestrate you. We already know God orchestrates everything anyway. But before we get started, guys, there are a couple of things I want to share with you guys. We always like to share landings that we have had. We are continuing, guys, to have many, many landings in the network. You companies that are listening, guys, since 1996, actually, this network has been going on. And we estimate in the 50, probably 50 plus networking groups that we have just here in Dallas. We, over the years, have amassed, we are guesstimating probably over 200,000 active job seekers. You guys know what COVID did to us and put us all on Zoom. So we're able to connect very easily. But let's talk about some of these. We got some big landings, Dana, today. We've got Via Conlon, who is a friend of mine from South Lake Focus Group. And she started a new position at KPMG. We get excited when we see KPMG.
That's a huge company.
Yeah. She's a manager of consulting at KPMG. And you know what? Let's just look at some more, a couple of more. I can't tell them all, guys, because there's probably been another 50 or so. This is awesome. So, guys, Mandy Thompson's starting a position as a sourcing specialist at CBRE. A lot of you guys know CB Richard Ellis is the name of the company. Check it out. Job seekers, check out CBRE. There are a lot of jobs going on over there. They're doing a lot of hiring. We are connected to many of the recruiters there because you know what? About 5 of those recruiters we helped get their job before they worked there. So we got what's my word, Dana?
Relationship.
I love doing that. So David Alto, my buddy Dave, is a media marketing specialist at JobScore. And a couple of more guys I'm going to share with you because these folks are very instrumental in my life and helping them as well. Reg Farrar, congratulations, Reg. You're Director of Human Resources over at Goldfarb School of Nursing. And, let's just do one more. Oh, look, Doug Gregory. Doug Gregory is he's distribution sales manager at East Coast region at USA Shade, guys. Okay, now let's talk about a couple of jobs. Maybe about 3 jobs that we have. So we've got Jason Hopper that's on with us right now. Good morning, Jason. We've got Cindy Copeland. We've got Rex. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Rex.
Michael's with us again. Hey, Michael. And guys, there are a couple of jobs that I want to let you guys know about. So Jason shared a couple of jobs at Jewish Family Services. Guys, now these jobs you can see are posted on Search for You Inc. Search, SEARCH, the number 4, the letter U, INC.com. You companies, if you post your jobs there, everybody in the world gets to see them. You guys just tell me where you want them posted. We'll get it done. Now, I'm hearing a lot of people that are saying, hey, Foster, I'm posting these jobs and stuff out on LinkedIn, and about 60 to 65, sometimes even more people that apply to these jobs are already in the network. So maybe that should tell you companies something. I don't know. I'm insinuating over here, Dana, again.
Yeah. And
okay.
If I might, Foster,
yeah, you may. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah, I was going to say that check out galderma.com. They just moved their corporate headquarters to Dallas, Texas. And they are hiring in numerous areas. So please check galderma.com and go to their job section to see if there's anything that would be of interest to you. I am a talent acquisition manager with Galderma, so feel free to reach out to me if there's something that does. And you can go to CarisLifeSciences.com, previous company that I worked for, and they are doing some hiring too. They're in process of going public. They've got some exciting things going on, and they're in the oncology space. So check out CarisLifeSciences.com and Galderma.com, and let me know if any positions in either organizations interest you. And you can reach me at dana.gingerich@gmail.com, or you can go onto my LinkedIn page, which I believe Mez will be throwing up our LinkedIn into the group chats here in a little bit.
You spell that Gingerich.
That's how good she is.
You spell that Gingerich, Ginger-ICH. I just try to make it easy. You know, I'm hooked on phonics.
That's how I do it too. I'm hooked on phonics myself.
As our previous guest said, you are of a specific age, a certain age. Okay. So, guys, now I started talking about Jewish Family Services. There is a marketing manager that is needed at Jewish Family Services. There is a financial coach opportunity there as well. Again, you guys go to searchforyouinc.com. You will see the job posting. Companies, when you post a job on Search For You, it automatically posts to about 50 of our groups locally. And because of this radio show, LinkedIn, other means, guys, this network is in, we're estimating about 30, maybe even 35 states now. So some of you guys in Chicago, if you have a job that you want posted, guess where you can post it at? And there's a network. We have networks in most of the major cities. The networks are quite extensive. So guys, check out this network, see how it operates. I invite everybody just to attend maybe South Lake Focus Group. You can find South Lake Focus Group every Thursday morning at 8 o'clock. SouthLakeFocusGroup.com will give you all the LinkedIn connections and Zoom, and you know, if you're in another state, you can join us on Zoom, and we meet in person. We have been meeting in person, guys, for well over a year now. We are building. Yeah. We're trying to build it back up. At one time, guys, we had 400 people at South Lake Focus Group every Thursday morning. Okay, now I'm going to shut up about all this stuff, and we're going to talk about our show today, because I am in the midst of all of these ladies. Oh my God, I know I'm going to get in trouble today. So guys, we have a number of people that are with us. You see Karen, you see Grace, you see Michelle. I have known them for years.
Karen, Grace, and Michelle, welcome.
Thank you.
Guys, there is a huge story that goes behind this thing. I'm going to start with Karen. And Karen, if you would share with us what you would about how you and I met and how everything got started. And we're going to try to graduate through our lives up until today's point in time. Can you hear me?
Well, I had a corporate background. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay. I had a corporate background with IBM at the time. I was with GTE, and they were going through a merger with Verizon. No, actually, yeah, with Verizon.
With Bell Atlantic.
And was negotiating a job opportunity out of Washington, D.C. with a consulting services firm. And while I was doing that, someone from GTE asked me for help finding him a job. And I was always busy helping other people find jobs. So I actually set up an interview with a company out of Washington, and they hired him instead of hiring me. I was busy wondering why this happened. I gave my job away. And I was praying to God saying, why did this happen? I just start my own business, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And I felt a strong impression to start my own company and jobs for people, which was not my background. I was sales, marketing, management. I was not a recruiter or a headhunter of any kind. And so anyway, I set up this company right after I bought a house. So I had a big mortgage payment to pay, and I didn't have money for that. I thought I better get out there. And so I printed up my own little business cards. And as I was walking out the door that day, I prayed, Lord, please, if this is the right direction, you have to give me some business because I have nothing. I can say I have a company, but I have nothing. And the only reason I even had an appointment that day was because the vice president at Citicorp said, I have a new HR director and I will get you an appointment with him. And so I was on my way to meet Foster Williams for the very first time.
Oh man!
And I waited out. I waited outside your office, Foster, and you were on the phone and you waved me to come in. And as I walked in the door to your office, I saw a sign on the, and it said, every day I hand my problems over to God and he doesn't need my help. And as I sat down in the chair across from you, you had a Bible on your PC. And I started laughing. You were on the phone and I'm just laughing. And when you got off the phone, you said, why are you laughing? And I pointed to the sign. I said, I just did. And you said, how long have you had your company? And I said, today is my very first day. And you said, 12 job openings.
Yep.
If you can find for me, I will get you on the approved vendor list of Citicorp. I didn't know.
And I was removing people at the time. Yeah.
You had just come from a meeting saying cut the approved vendor list, and you were going to end me and gave me job opportunities. And within, I guess, 2 weeks, I had some in front of you that you hired, and within 1 month, I had a check from Citicorp, and I paid my mortgage, and the rest is history.
That's a blessing.
It really is.
That is so great.
Guys, if we get out and we meet people and we have that smile that Karen has on her face, it might not be as beautiful as Karen's smile, but it'll work. That smile indicates that we're heading in the right direction and that we're happy to be talking to whoever it is that we're talking to. You will be surprised, guys. We talk about landings all the time. We talk about the network all the time. The biggest thing that you need to do is get out of the house and go meet people. I know during COVID, we weren't able to do that so readily, but we can now. We're building back up. So you will be surprised what God will do in your life if you will just get out and meet people. And my dad used to say, boy, did you say your prayers today? I said, yes, sir. He goes, now get your butt out of here so you can go and receive them. And I was recruiting back then, and I had some pretty awesome jobs. Karen remembers back in that day, we had a good time. And we had a wonderful, wonderful life experience as we went forward. As I was building, here come Dana. I was building that relationship. There it is. Guys, that's what we need to do as job seekers. We need to build those relationships. It's very easy to do. Now, some people are not in a place where you can, and you'll feel that in your spirit. And so be nice, smile. See my teeth? Show them your teeth. And then, you know what? Keep moving. You will meet someone that you will want probably after you meet them, have coffee with. I got a secret I'm going to share with you guys. Dana and I have done this probably back in the beginning days when I first met Dana. We went to some barbecue restaurant. You guys know I am branded barbecue, right? So can take somebody that you meet. If you meet somebody that works in one of your target companies or something, make friends with them if they're willing to do that. Take them to barbecue. Yeah. Take them to coffee. Sit down and talk. Yeah, I see Jason Hopper's going barbecue. Jason and I had burgers the other day. Guys, there are some wonderful, wonderful services in the community that you may not catch it. We have so much information online, on our YouTubes, and we got all this stuff on LinkedIn and all this stuff. And we don't capture it all. But you know what? If you sit down and you talk to a Grace, I'm going to pick on Grace now. Grace will share some things with you, and you'll say, oh, my goodness, Grace is the most wonderful lady I've ever met. Believe me, you will say that about Grace. And you will remember that relationship that you're building there, and the things that Grace has shared with you, you will remember. And so that is all we need to do, guys. We need to get out, and you'll be surprised who you will meet. Just give it an opportunity. We have a number, we have 50 groups in Dallas Fort Worth that help job seekers land jobs. In these groups, we bring in companies that are looking to hire, we bring in subject matter experts, somebody that can help you with your resume, somebody that can help you with interview strategy. I want,
Absolutely.
as I said that, guys, go to careerdfw.org. That, guys, is our GPS for what's going on around Dallas. Tells you all those groups that I'm talking about out there.
Yeah.
And there you will find some services. One of those services is the PIT Crew. The PIT Crew stands for Practice Interview Training. So we have a number of senior level executives, CEOs, and all the C's we have in there that volunteer to interview you guys. Maybe you have an interview coming up that you're really excited about, and you want to practice for that thing. That is the perfect place to do it. The PIT Crew. So if you go to
They're great.
careerdfw.org, Jeff Morris has created a wonderful website for that. And you can
They're
find
great.
information on
I
that.
can
They
test
really
it.
are.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dana. I cut you off, didn't I?
No, you didn't. No.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm talking so much I had to take a drink. Okay. So
Well, I'm excited to meet our guests. This is going to
Yeah.
be exciting.
it is. I want you to link in with these folks that you see, Dana. Karen and Michelle, especially. Guys, Dana has had quite a recruiting career. Dana wanted to help in the job network. A lot of people that have that spirit, as I say, and it's true, we know what spirit I'm talking about, will volunteer. They'll see what we're doing and they will volunteer their services to help. Now, Dana being a recruiter, I said, oh my God, Dana, would you help me at Frisco Connect? I have actually, Dana, years ago, I can't remember how long ago, it was 3, maybe even 4 years ago, Michelle and Grace sang. They're well-known singers across the world. Actually,
Wow.
the people that Karen and Michelle and Grace have introduced me to, you would think if I told you that I met these people, you'd say, Foster, you're a big liar. But you know what? God blesses those things that He creates to do a certain thing. So if we learn to listen, you'll be surprised where we'll end up. So, guys, that's Michelle right there on the bottom left-hand corner. That's Karen you just heard, and that's Gracie right there below me.
Hi, Gracie.
I don't know if everybody, I don't know if
Hello.
Grace is below me on everybody's screen, but you know what, guys, it is incredible. We're going to talk more. In the second half of the show, we're going to talk more about our story. Now, Karen, tell us what you guys are doing now.
Well, God called us into full-time ministry.
I
So
understand.
we are actually working for the Lord. So Way Cool People, which was executive search, became Way Cool People website that you can look up and see
Right.
all the different things that we're doing. So we are helping others, training others, and loving others all around the world. Mainly, we are in Mexico for 6 to 8 months a year. We're in Israel for 2 to 3 months a year. We're in Dallas and we travel. So Michelle and Grace do amazing concerts. They perform amazing concerts that touch people's
Absolutely.
hearts. And you were at one of those just recently.
That's right. Was
Oh,
it
I'd
last
like to
Saturday?
go. I'd like to go.
Oh, Dana, I got to take you. It is the most moving thing that you'll ever experience in your life. And the people that you meet there are absolutely wonderful. On the second
Wow.
part of the show, we are actually going to talk about the Lion's Den. And the creator, the facilitator and all that stuff is right there on the bottom left-hand part of my screen. Look at that smile. Oh, my goodness. No wonder we are so blessed at the Lion's Den. And we'll tell you all about that, the second part of the show. But guys, there are components to what we do and we talk about ministries, there are many components to these things that God creates if we are obedient and move in the direction that he allows us to move in, or he opens the door. You know what? Job seekers. Okay, you're going to throw something at me when you see me for saying this. But guys, it doesn't matter whether you messed up in an interview or the company is all jacked up or whatever it is. But if that door closes and you do not obtain that opportunity that you think that you want to be a part of, you know what? You're not supposed to be there. As we say in Texas, you ain't supposed to be there. And let God guide your life. Now, in your life, there's components to your life, the car you buy, where you live, all of this stuff, Guys, that is what it's all about. So that is why Dana always leads us off in prayer before we start this particular radio show. We are, as she said, we are streaming radio. So we stream to other radio shows that stream as well. So there are a lot of people that are watching us on YouTube right now. And there are a number of people that are riding around in their cars listening to us. And we know not where. I know that there's a radio station up in Alaska. Brrr. We know that some of you guys. Yeah, I got a LinkedIn request from a lady that was riding around in her car up in Alaska. She says, "Oh my God, I heard the show, and I like the lady you had on the show. It was Sonia Scott from last week, and she wanted to link in with me." So, guys, we don't know where we got 50 states probably. Dana, I shared with you the lady in Greece. The same situation happened as well. So
awesome.
We just,
and
I love technology. We just don't know where things go. And God handles that. So I'm learning and I'm listening to him, and I'll walk through that door if he opens it. So
amen.
Karen mentioned waycoolpeople.com, guys. Go and check it out. You will be surprised that there are a lot more things there to glean than probably just meet your eyes. More than we can talk about, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So Karen, guys, Karen in a way is a recruiter as well, like myself, but she is way, way more advanced than I ever thought about being. But God started her in job search, and he made many miracles happen. Like Karen said, guys, I had 127 vendors on that list, and my job was to pare it down to probably about 20. I ended up with 28 vendors, with Karen being one of them. Poor little Karen, she walked in that day and she's like, "I'm here. Oh my God, I just started. I don't know what's going on." But you know what? The spirit inside of me said, "You do know what's going on." So let's just give Karen these 12 openings and see what she does with them. I kind of felt like I knew what was going to happen. So Karen, I am very, very excited that happened, and we have built a relationship moving forward. We have a Raul Garcia that's part of our the leader of this family here, and he is off screen doing something back there probably. And hello, Raul. We have a good time with what God has done in your life. Raul was deep in corporate America like Karen and I, and God extracted us from corporate America. And we're like, "No, what's going on?" For a while, we didn't know what was going on. Oh my God. Because all we knew was where we were. But you know what? There was something else, something greater for us. And God has created that over the years that we have known each other. Karen and I have known each other for over 20 years. So you know what? That is what a relationship is all about. Oh, wow.
That was not me.
Sounds like, that sounds like my nephew Wrigley.
Yeah, don't worry. My dogs do that all the time, so no worries at all. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting for someone to come through the front door, and I'm ready to put my mic on mute because the dogs are going to go nuts here in just a second.
We understand.
I'm out in South Lake today, so.
Oh, good.
Dog sitting.
Yeah, that's a question I should ask you is, where are you?
Okay, here comes the music.
Like
we'll be back here in just a few.
We're going to learn about Lion's Den.
Yep, we'll see you in just a few. We'll hear about Lion's Den. We look forward to rejoining.
Your son getting into the college of his dreams and with a full scholarship too. Yes, we are so proud of him. You know, I have to be honest. I'm a bit worried about our daughter getting into college. It's so competitive out there, and I feel overwhelmed with where to start. I completely understand. Listen, I felt the same way. And then I met Dr. Gina of Education Prep Centers. She put a plan in place that helped our son stand out in the admissions process and that gave us a peace of mind for how to create a financial roadmap for his future. Wow, that's great. Sounds like I need to give her a call. Yes, she definitely helped our son find the perfect college, meet all his deadlines, and help us feel less anxious about the whole process. You need to reach out to her. Just check out educationprepcenters.com and set up a complimentary assessment with Dr. Gina. You'll be so glad you did. Education Prep Centers, college admissions made easy.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
JoCo Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Well, welcome back to JoCo Community Radio and Jobfather Nation. We're excited to be here. We are going to learn about the Lion's Den, aren't we, Foster?
We absolutely are. Before we go to Michelle on that one, guys, I want to ask you guys to do something. Dana did it first part of the show. I'm going to do it the second part of the show. Guys, go to LinkedIn. Query up, put in the search column, put in JoCo's JOCO Community Radio, and our LinkedIn profile will pop up, and we want you guys to follow us there. That will be with LinkedIn. That does wonders. A number of you guys are probably rolling your eyes in your head because when I sent out the show notice, I made it easy for you guys. I showed you the very link. So go to this link and follow and like that link. So that, guys, that will help us tremendously. So we're thankful for you guys being here. Gladys Potesta has joined us. Hey, Gladys. That is my friend from Brazil. So I learned all about Brazil from Gladys. Okay, now I want to talk about the Lion's Den. And I attended my first Lion's Den the other day, and there was this lady named Michelle Braden that I had known since she was probably easily a teenager. And there she is smiling. She knows that I was going to pick
That's
on her.
right. I was definitely a teenager, and we were still teenagers when we went to our first networking event at Frisco Connect.
That's right.
That's awesome.
It's been a few more years than just a few years, actually.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Well, we can't wait to hear your story all show. I'm excited to hear about the Lion's Den.
Dana, Michelle is the most awesome facilitator I've ever. Oh my God. Something happened to her. She's not a little lady. I got to call her a lady now. She's not a girl anymore.
Well,
so, Michelle, tell us about the Lion's Den.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So the Lion's Den DFW, and I believe they put the links here in the chat, but it's the lionsdendfw.org. And it is essentially a Christian version of Shark Tank although we don't advertise it like that. But
really
it is a network of Christian entrepreneurs and Christian investors coming together to connect and collaborate to create kingdom impact. And so we just see how there are so many people, especially since COVID times, that are saying, you know what, I'm going to start something of my own. Just like Karen shared with us earlier, how she was in corporate America. And then she said, you know what, I'm going to start something of my own. And I'm going to go out there and be an entrepreneur. And so that is what the Lions Den DFW is. We have an annual pitch competition. The next annual pitch competition, it will be our 8th one, is April 19th and 20th of next year, 2023. It's an amazing event. We have a network of about 3,000 people from all across the United States and around the world.
Around the world, yeah.
But we typically have about 500 people who gather together here in Dallas for our annual event. And now we are a hybrid in-person and virtual conference. So even though you might not be able to attend in person, we provide a platform to be able to connect and collaborate, even online, just like we're doing now with everybody here today. And go
ahead, Tiffany. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Tell me, Dana.
Well, I apologize. I mean, I met Michelle. So sorry. I wanted to find out how, if you're not actually presenting, is there a way to still be involved and meet people and network and see the presentations?
Absolutely. And, one of the unique things about the Lions Den, I mentioned, two of our main audiences, which are entrepreneurs and investors, but we have a third audience in there. And those are the support services. Who are the HR? Who is legal? Who is accounting? All of the things that we need to be able to create a business. And there are companies that are expanding, they're scaling, they need to hire. They may be startup companies, but they're still scaling and they're going places. So there's a lot of opportunity to connect. There's been amazing stories of relationships being built, Foster, and connections being established, and people coming together for sales leads and business partnerships. And it's just this amazing, unique network for everybody to come together and connect and collaborate. So anybody is welcome to come. Because it is a networking event and entity. We also have monthly events the second Tuesday of every month where you can come in, and it's a Zoom event, so it's virtual, but you're able to come in. Bless you, Dana. And you're able to come in.
Get the screen off in time.
No worries. And you're able to connect with one another online and then offline, because as Foster loves to say as well, is that, you make that connection, maybe a virtual connection now, but then you go to the next step in meeting and really getting to know that person, where we don't just know each other on LinkedIn, but we like to say at the Lions Den that we're redefining networking. So it's not just about passing out your business card, but it's really learning from each other, connecting, learning. What are your lessons learned? What are things that you can share with me that will help me go forward as an entrepreneur or as a person just stepping out or into the business world or just getting started?
I would love to attend something like that. That would be incredible. I would love that.
Dana, I'm going to make sure you do that. Absolutely. Dana has that spirit that we all have, Karen and Grace and Michelle. It is amazing. When I saw Dana, when she was helping, I watched her. I am like a little bird flying around about 50,000 feet above everybody's job search, and in the middle of the job search and the services and everything. And I'm a nice guy, but I don't endorse everybody. But there are some people that I absolutely have to endorse, like these three ladies that are with us today. And we have a good question. Mez says, why is it called the Lions Den, Michelle? Mez is one of us too, so it's probably boiling in her spirit to ask that question.
Absolutely, and it's a great question. So everybody, I think, is familiar with the show called Shark Tank.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So you have all your sharks up there. And I mentioned that Lions Den is a Christian version of Shark Tank. So what do you have instead of sharks? We have Daniel in the Lions Den. So we have all of the lions. And at our annual pitch competition, we have about 10 companies every year pitch live on the stage in front of a live audience of investors, other entrepreneurs, support services, people just wanting to come and connect and learn. And then we have a live panel of judges who are our lions there, right there on the stage. So that's why we have the name Lions Den.
It is.
And I will say it's Lions Den DFW. So we are
DFW,
based
guys,
here in
yeah.
Dallas, Fort Worth.
I just found you.
Perfect.
Look at
So
you.
the Lions in
You're doing
DFW.
your little technical thing while we're talking, huh?
I had to. I'm like, this is too exciting. What
It
a
is.
blessing that y'all are on the show. I mean, this
It
is
is a
great.
huge blessing. It's funny that she says that the Lions Den is kind of like a Shark Tank, because on my other radio show, the Who You Know show, we had Chris Gronkowski, and you guys will recognize, you football players will, football fans will recognize the Gronkowski name. It was really, really neat. Chris was on the Shark Tank. He had a thermos that he and his wife had made a company to produce those things, and I've got like 3 or 4 of them here. And the guys, they are the most awesome. You can put a cold drink in that and go away and come back like 5 hours later, and it's still really, really cold. And that, guys, you can check out Chris Gronkowski. He is on LinkedIn, of course. But that was really fun for us to have a Gronk on the show. One thing that I noticed is that there are 5 Gronkowski brothers, and only the oldest one, Gordy, I'm talking about you again, man, is the only one that did not play professional football. Now that, you talking about a miracle? You guys know how hard it is to make professional football? I made college,
yeah.
but I had to quit there. And you know what? That is, we had Chris. Of course, Rob is still playing. You guys hear about Rob all the time. Him and Tom Brady are a connection made in heaven, we think, in football.
Absolutely.
And sorry, Cowboy fans, we just played Tampa Bay, right?
That's right. Well, tell us more about the Lions Den and how everything got started.
Yeah, how do we get connected?
Yes, so we have you can go to the lionsdendfw.org and connect with us there, or email me at michelle@thelionsdendfw.com. We have the .com and the .org. It's important to touch all your bases there, just in case.
Yeah, that's smart, Michelle. Very smart business principles there.
Yes, and so Grace and I have been part of the Lions Den about 3 or 4 years, Grace, now.
Correct.
4
years.
Yeah, there she is. There's Grace. So Grace and I are sisters, and I'd like to say that Karen Faith and her husband Raul took Grace and I in when we were 2 messed up teenagers without a future, without a hope, who could never have even imagined where we are today. And they just gave us this amazing life. They taught us and passed on all of their business skills. Karen with the importance of networking and building relationships and knowing everybody. So it's not just the business card, but it's truly knowing that person so that whenever they're in trouble, they know they can come to you and count on you for you to help them. And that's who Karen is. And she took in Grace and I both and gave us this amazing future. They put us through college on for our MBAs, and she and Raul both trained us in all of their business skills, in networking and business. Raul with his venture capital background, really poured all of this into us since we were teenagers, 17 and 18 years old. And so for us, we've been in this learning mode for so many years. And although we may be young, there's still more to learn, of course, but we've they've been gearing us up towards this direction. And for us, it's so exciting just to see how God is moving in the marketplace, in so many companies, in so many people's lives. And one of the beautiful things, I think, is how he's really teaching us to be diligent in all of our work, but not letting your work define who you are, but letting your lifestyle and who you are define what it is you want to be. And then from that, people see that and say, you know what? That's somebody I need working for my company. I need that personality, and I need that mindset. So really redefining that in your head and really walking it out, that character of who you want to be. And I joke around that I'm really just the Aaron to Grace's Moses. I normally do all the talking, but Grace is very diligent one who keeps me on the straight and narrow and is
We're a
always
dynamic
doing.
duo.
Yeah, we're a dynamic duo.
That is a
I
good
love
name.
it.
That God gave Grace that name, and He gave it to her for a reason. If you guys ever meet
Yes.
Grace, and number you guys will meet Grace, you will understand why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes,
That is
she is.
amazing.
So that's the lionsden.org, the lionsden DFW guys .org,
That's right.
right? And
The
you guys can
Lions Den
check out the
DFW.
Lions Den there. You guys can join, and Michelle, tell us your email address again if you want.
All right, Michelle, MICHELLE at thelionsdendfw.com. So my email is out of the .com, or you can find me on LinkedIn as well.
Michelle,
I love it.
Michelle, what advice would you give? This is a question for all three of you, actually. What advice would you give individuals that are wanting to be an entrepreneur and wanting to break away from corporate America? What would be a few pieces of advice to get started?
Wonderful question.
That's a great question. Karen, since you've definitely done that, do you have some advice first?
I would say the first thing you want to do is figure out what it is you enjoy doing. It has to be something that you have passion for. And once you find that passion, then you have to step out and really create the business. And everything that you do creates it out of nothing. You create it out of thin air. So you can tell people I have a company, but until you get that first revenue in the door, you don't have anything. But the more you speak about it and the more other people talk about you, the more they talked about Way Cool People, the more Way Cool People became a viable entity until it grew and became famous as Way Cool People. So you have to be very diligent. You're working harder at your own business than you work for a corporation. It's really 7 by 24. You're working all the time, but you're doing something that you love so much that every time you share about it, you're sharing a piece of yourself with others. So with that passion, that's what helps make it grow.
Wow.
Are
there any simple tools or websites people can go to kind of get some direction on the technical side of it that you would recommend, or books, or anything like that at all for individuals that are like, okay, identify my passion, figure out what I love. I have to mentally be prepared for the work and the work ethic I'm going to need to have and the work I'm going to need to put in. But where would you send them to get started?
Now, that's a good question. I would probably send them to Michelle at the Lions Den DFW, because they have to put something together to show a real business. So you have to know what product or service you're going to be selling. You have to know who's going to be buying that product or service. How is that customer going to find out about the product or service? What are your numbers going to be? How are you going to count how much you sell and how much you earn for that? What is your cost? What is your profit? And then you have to be the best at what you do. So you have to have a competitive advantage. And Michelle's dealing with business plans and Grace with business plans all the time. And so I would say Michelle and Grace are probably the best direction to go to start a company.
Wow. That is
now,
awesome.
companies, wouldn't you want to employ a company called Way Cool People, especially if you are looking for people to hire? Wouldn't you want to employ a company called Way Cool People? Now, I probably am going to be the Way Cool People advocate for right now, because Way Cool People, guys, is a ministry. And most of the time, these ladies that you guys are listening to right now are in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. And you would be surprised, guys, what the ministry is there. And, yeah, exactly. And you'd be surprised what they are called to do by God down there. But while we are here, I've got them. They are here over in Dallas right now. So I'm taking advantage, man. I'm going over for concerts and food and all that sort of thing. Now, the Lions Den, guys, I've attended. You will be absolutely surprised who is very, very active in this Lions Den. You will be blown away, honestly. And so check out the lionsdendfw.org. I got it right,
Wow.
didn't I, Michelle?
Yes. And I'm
You
going
got
to
it,
check out
Pastor.
way cool people. I think that's awesome. I would love to attend.
I want to do something that Karen suggested. Now, ladies, Karen. So when y'all see me next time, don't beat me up. But Karen suggested that you guys might want to select a song and grace us with a song. Dana, you have never heard this melody of these two voices like this
Oh, I
in my
cannot
estimation.
wait.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. If you guys wouldn't mind doing so before we run out of time, I think that would be
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful.
Well, we're
Absolutely.
getting
We
there,
would
so
love
now would be a good time.
Yeah, that's
All
a
right.
great idea. We will, though, be together for this. We are in the same house, so I will join Michelle so that we can sing together from the same stream.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And
Thank you.
Actually, I think I'll join you, Grace.
you'll join me. All right. So that'd be
Grace,
great.
we are so
Thank
excited
you
for
having us on.
you and Karen and Michelle to be on the show. This is such an honor and blessing. You know, I've always been entrepreneurial. I just didn't know where to start. I do have a resume business where I help coach and get people aligned with resumes, their LinkedIn profile, and setting them up for success in that sense. And I do, because I work remote, I'm able to dog sit, but I don't have a lot of knowledge of how to really push it forward to the next step. So it's just so cool to hear that there are organizations like y'all's out there for individuals that are ready to take the next step and move forward and get involved and build their dream out. I've always had a dream of being an entrepreneur.
Oh,
I
that's
just
wonderful.
knew how to do it.
Absolutely. And the network that we represent, here's Michelle here, Lions Den DFW. It's a great network to just participate, build relationships. And we say
Yeah.
with entrepreneurs, an entrepreneur is someone with a crazy idea, has no cash, and won't take no for an answer. So you just go forward, you're diligent, you build those relationships, you have people you surround yourself with, like Karen and Raul came into our lives and has been able to raise us up. People like you, Foster, you know, finding great people and mentors around you. And at the Lions Den, we offer great opportunities. We have our dogs here too.
Everybody
and
has their dogs.
The family.
along that journey, right?
There's Wrigley. And guys, that's what the Career Search Network, CSN, that's what it's about, is to let you guys know where things are. Point them out. Companies are looking to hire services, people that can bless you. We are a faith-based organization. I am the founder, creator, big mouth of the CSN. And so I like to introduce you guys to things that I know carry value. So I'm going to shut up now and let the girls take over.
Woo!
All right, and we're going to sing and just call with a blessing. You want to introduce it?
And this is a blessing that God told Moses to teach Aaron and his sons how to bless the children of Israel in the book of Numbers 6:24-26. And this will put God's name upon each of you as you go forward in your job search and connecting and networking and really building and establishing long-term relationships, which is really what all of us need. And we'll put God's name upon you so that you will be very, very blessed. May the Lord bless and keep you. May his grace and his face shine upon you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. And give you peace. Yivarech Adonai Beish Barecha Yareh Panav Alecha V'chonecha Yisa Adonai Panav Alecha Ve'asem lecha shalom. Ve'asem lecha shalom.
Oh,
wow.
My.
What a blessing.
Goodness.
Oh my. God is using you mightily. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. All of this tongue wagging, chin wagging I've been doing about Grace and Michelle. Oh my goodness. Thank you,
I am
ladies.
so honored to get to know y'all. This is such a blessing.
Well, thank you for having us, and may you all leave very, very blessed today.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Grace. Oh my goodness. I mean, it is just such an honor and privilege, Michelle and Grace, to have y'all on here and to hear the story of how God worked miracles in y'all's life. Miracles didn't stop back in biblical times. They happen every day.
Right.
We just don't always see them in the busy lives we lead, and how each of you were used, and God had plans for you to further his kingdom and to serve him. This is my favorite show we've had so far. So I'm just so honored.
I know, by far. Yeah. It's amazing. We always hear people say, God's got a plan for you. Oh my God. If I never hear that again, oh my God, it'll be too soon.
I know.
But,
I know.
But you guys today have just seen a portion of what God did with two lives that didn't know. None of us knew what was going on, but he did. So whenever you guys see my face, you will hear me say, Dana, what's my word?
Relationships.
See? And that relationship, that first relationship, guys, needs to be with Jesus Christ.
Yes.
You will be, if you give him a chance, everybody's got something to say, and everybody's on it. You know what? If you give him a chance, he will do things in your life that you would not believe. There was one prophet in the Bible where God went and he says, if I were to tell you what I'm going to do, you wouldn't believe me. I paraphrase that. But, guys, we've seen that. We've seen it with Karen and I. Raul is involved. We have seen it with the ladies here. I've got to say ladies. I don't like saying girls anymore because they're not girls. They're ladies now. And you guys, they're not
beautiful
even
young women of God.
Beautiful one. Oh, my goodness.
We might always be described still as the girls, but that's okay with us.
But what an honor, right? And how
Absolutely.
Karen was so instrumental in listening, and her husband Raul in listening to God and opening their doors. I mean, I just think that's amazing. I was never blessed with the opportunity to have children. I've always wanted daughters. So this story resonates in my heart.
Yeah.
What a blessing for Karen, what a blessing for both of you, and how God is using the family so abundantly, all of you so abundantly. And when Foster shared that y'all were going to be on the show earlier this week, all week I've been looking forward to the show. Just excited to meet y'all.
Yep.
Beyond excited.
Tiffany shared. Tiffany says she is one of 7. I never knew that, Tiffany.
Wow.
Tiffany is our studio owner, guys, and our blessing. God sent Tiffany to us to exist, and she's got 5 sisters and 2 brothers. Oh my God, I can imagine what you put those men through, Tiffany. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome. So, guys, this is what the network is all about. I suggest that you get involved. Go to careerdfw.org. You can find an organization of networking that's close to you. You've heard today how networking works. And this show is one of the things that God has blessed us with through Tiffany Carlin to be able to get it out to the whole world. I was going to say nation, but you know what? We've had people in Canada, Greece, France that have connected with me because of this show, and I just love it. So, guys, we are on our way out. We will see you guys next week. Hopefully, we won't see you in the same respect. You'll get a job. So, I hear music. Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
See you next
Thank
week.
you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Michelle, Grace, and Karen.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godly, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky,